Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you guys having a fabulous day here today. I've been getting a lot of questions saying, hey, now we're at that almost midpoint. Right now it's midpoint for JP. We still have only gotten it like a week and a day or two ago. So we got it recently. It doesn't matter for us. But for a lot of people or a lot of, a lot of you are thinking, oh, what do I do now? Should I keep going? Should I stop? Should I rush it out and see if I should just wait and maybe plan and see if, RAGNAROK drops or what happens after this. Again, now we have the official release and knowledge that Mono is your next banner. Yes, that is true. Today I want to talk about everything, compile it, and decide and try to help you out that if you're planning a second rotation, starting your first rotation, ending your first rotation, going for a milestone, trying to just dump gems to see if you can pull a unit. I'll talk about that all here today. If you're new to this channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's jump into it. Let's break it down. So first thing first, yes, Mono is your second banner. Keep that in mind. That is what it looks like. Her banner is utter garbage. You just went through the best banner of the year into the worst banner of the year, probably. Nothing on this banner is kind of worth it, other than maybe you consider these two rare and you kind of want them. Maybe you consider this rare and you want it. That's kind of it. The other ones are just kind of turd. But with it, that's your banner. That's what it looks like. Really a very, very poor banner, but the design for her is too good. I'm literally scared because I want this design. This literal artwork is immaculate, and I like this unit. Mono's always a good character. I'm emotional in multiple ways. I'm crying right now. Literally, I don't have the gems for this, and it sucks, but it is what it is. So with that being it, you have the knowledge now that, oh, that is my part 2 banner. Do I care for it? If you answered no to that question, guess what? Have fun. Decide if you want to go into Melly's banner deeper, see how far you can get into it, and how many gems you can dump, how many SSRs you can pull. You can definitely decide that. Or you can play it a safe route, and always play this route I recommend. If you wait and see what the next banner is, as always, you still have that time. Just because the part 2 got announced doesn't mean anything. You'll also see what the next banner is, and it most likely should be RAGNAROK. That'll be announced on the 25th, and you have knowledge of it and everything by the 26th. On JP, right, that leaves, but on global, you still have one more week with Melly. So you have plenty of time to decide, is Melly my unit? Is this what I'm looking for? Or should I go see what the other banners are and see if it's a RAGNAROK banner? If it's a Freyr type unit, you know that this banner has a lot of units you need, all right? And remember, if you skipped Freyr and you still haven't pulled it, if you skipped Yorm, you haven't pulled it, if you skipped Magelda, Scotty, these all are good for the Demonic Beast and really good by some of them, Thonar also. Remember that, there might be some sort of game-changing unit then that you might want to save for. But if you have the gems, you don't care for RAGNAROK, you say screw it, it's not going to be too game-changing, you can go and have fun. You can say screw it, I'm going to go jump into this banner, go freaking 300 gems, 600 gems, 900 gems. It is one of the best banners, and you can make that decision. It's perfectly fine because there's so many SSRs that you can acquire, collection purposes, dupes for these main festival units. This banner is just good to where it doesn't really punish you. If you're not playing SSRs, you're punished. But if you are playing SSRs, you most likely are getting good ones. So that is where it currently stands. That's where this banner is, to where you might want to jump to the 300, which I don't always recommend that. But if you would like to try, you definitely can. There's no wrong answer there. But I would recommend, if you're around that area, you don't have that many gems left, just wait, see what's next. But if you want to plan out your same rotation, Melly itself is a good unit. Every unit on this banner is good. But again, there is also a caveat to all of this. There is still something else going on which might need your attention. Most likely, if you're playing high tier PvP and you're getting out CC'd constantly, this is a nice solution. It's dumping some gems in the Sacred Treasure Shop for the costume discount, which again is also still going on. Then we have a part 2 to this also going on. So you have that additional thing on top of everything, which it will bring Liz's costume, which is important. It brings, it also brings Yorm's, which is pretty important. If you care for the old Merlin, that too. And if you care for old Goddess Elizabeth, Sario, Ludo, those are also old things that will be added in this entire sale, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot to go through and check and see if you currently need them. But remember, that's on the side. So on top of jumping into the banner, maybe you want to say, all right, I'm gonna say screw the second rotation, screw that, I'd rather go for this. You can definitely go and have fun with this. But remember, if you're on the banner, okay, and you're currently not at the 900 mark, you haven't gotten Melly, you have to go reach that 900 mark. So go do that. Focus on that first. If you're at the 600 mark, you already pulled Melly, then you should also consider going to the 900, because getting an extra dupe and whatever you pull along the way is pretty good. But again, if you would like to save for the next banner, see what it is, and then make your final decision. That is always the welcome thing with every banner, and the basic information I can ever give you is always wait to see what's next. If you're planning to go deeper into a banner after pulling the featured or anything like that, let's say you haven't pulled the featured, screw the next banner. You have to get your gems to actually get you something on this banner before you think about anything else, okay? So that is one of the main points. But again, with this costume sale, there's a lot to look forward to. If you run on another team, realize that Nanashi just got a freaking crazy relic that maybe he is now very viable to where you have to go and build him to make unknown team better. There's also a bunch of other characters. If you want to build associations, if you want to build Fez Diane, Liz, these are all characters that have been, seeing a lot of play recently in some of these teams that are being formulated. Red Gother somehow, what the fudge is that? Being super toxic. Summer Merlin being super toxic. She's always been toxic, but if you want to go and, kind of deck her out so that you always out CC and then skill block for 46 entries, hey, be that guy. I'm not going to stop you. But yeah, that's currently what it looks like. Again, the costume sale is still going on. The main banner itself also is really good, really lucrative for a lot of players. So if you would like to consider a second rotation, you can consider it. Just know that RAGNAROK could be at the end of the month. Could be something good. There could be a collab 2 months, 3 months out the way. But there's a festival next month. We know that too. It's going to be probably a sin based off everything. Or it could be Mael. I don't know, bro. I give up. Mael's fake, all right? It's fake. It's never happening. Mael doesn't exist. It's actually, he's a demon, and that's what happened. That's why he's not releasing, because they hate demons. Remember that? So we're just going to say that. But yeah, February is the Fez. You got time for that, so I wouldn't recommend to, get scared. They always give gems in these festivals, so you'll get 200 gems, and then you're good to go. But yeah, so end of this month, January, RAGNAROK, that's really it. This banner's, again, really good. If you want to dump gems into it, you can. You're more than welcome to. It's pretty good, actually, to where you'll succeed. If you get SSRs, there's a chance of that being a really good SSR. The GB points update also is there. CC update was there. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually do to increase all of that. And units and just having more units is always welcome. So that is the case there. But again, that's really it. Hopefully you've been taking advantage of all the gem events and taking care of all of that. We've been getting a lot of gems too. So that's why it can warrant a second rotation if you have a lot of gems right now. For example, people are saying, hey, how many gems did you get back so far on my global? And it's 300. So I'm at 350 right now after the summoning day 1 and then grinding out the last 2 weeks here. I've been doing everything, get everything possible, and now at 350. So that's where I'm currently at on my global, which I pulled up on my phone here, which I'm at 346, by the way. So that is currently where I'm at. I was able to use the logins, all that. We also had the gems in the mail, which I used up. And that all kind of saved me and got me there. So if I wanted to, I could summon for mono, but I won't because I think that RAGNAROK will be at the end of the month with something pretty special. I could consider to do a 300, but I don't think that's worth it. Also, I mainly got everything I was looking for, but I know people that did not get anything they were looking for. Maybe they needed more. They needed a lot more. And if you need 50% of the banner, you then can consider to go to 300 just to get a few extra SSRs. Again, it's always that I recommend to go to 900 to get the unit, but if you can't, and you're like, oh, but I'm missing 90% of the banner, any SSR I pull can be something good. I'm missing 70% of the banner, most of the SSRs I pull are going to be good, then you can. Then you're in a perfect area to do that. I wouldn't stop you just because you're going to get something. You have a chance to get something, and a pretty good chance. 4% banner, you'll never get one like it again, so you have an excuse to cheat and go on the banner and have fun. So that's really it. Yeah, there's a lot of gems also. If you have your login, you still have all these gems and you can save them on top of what you have, then you can just do it and have fun. Do what you want, right? So that is there. Yeah, that's it.